Loyola University New Orleans breaking new ground as it names its first person of color as its president. Dr. Xavier Cole will become the university's first person of color and second layperson to lead the institution in more than 110 years. Cole is currently vice president of student affairs at Marquette University in Wisconsin. He will begin his tenure as the 18th president of Loyola University New Orleans June 1st.